Hi, I'm Mark Kelly. Welcome to Ask Mark, where I answer your questions to help you become the best possible version of yourself. I want to share with you my insight from personal experience and what I've learned from my guest interviews to help you achieve your goals sooner and stand on the shoulders of giants. Hello, it's Mark Kelly here. Thank you very much for joining me today. Today is episode number 9. Our question comes from today.
Hi Mark, Liam here. Really enjoying the podcast. I have a question for you. What advice would you share to overcome procrastination?
Thank you very much for the question. I really appreciate it. I think the reality is that everybody procrastinates, and I think the secret is not to delay over the important stuff. I want you to think of an analogy of maybe a dartboard, right? And the bullseye is smack in the middle of it. And if you're in the bullseye, you're working on the most important tasks of the day. However, if you're actually spending more of your time outside of the bullseye working on your tasks on the dartboard, the reality is you're not focusing enough on the high priority task. And for a lot of us, we can actually find ourselves in that situation. You could be chatting with a co-worker who comes around to your desk, or someone calls you on your phone unannounced. You're tweaking the formatting of a picture of a presentation, even though it looks fine and it'll do. You're watching 5 minutes of TV that turns into 90 minutes of Netflix, for example. Suddenly you've got a bag of crisps in your hand and you're just like, stop it. So I want to give you a few kind of tips around that I've learned from my own experience, but also just interviewing some very productive people who kind of get an awful lot done in a very limited amount of time. So firstly, you have to change your mindset, right? So how I'd say this is you need to change your thinking from having to do something to choosing to do something, right? So there's a difference, and sometimes we can procrastinate because we feel that we're being forced by someone else to perform a task that we don't actually want to do. So for example, maybe you're telling yourself that your spouse is trying to manipulate you into putting the bins out or paint the hall, or maybe you're kind of procrastinating over things like, I don't know, you're watching TV and you have to get an assignment or maybe you're playing video games or you're taking a dog for a walk, even though you need to go to the bank and pay a bill. Whatever it might be, we all do it, but you have to change your mindset to want to do it. The second piece of advice I'd give is block it out. So block out a day of the week or an hour of every day in which you don't schedule other appointments or accept invitations or allow any other interruptions. And on that day or that hour is blocked off for working on the project that's really important to you. And if it gets calendarized, it gets done. But the biggest impact I've found when I've actually become a lot more productive for using things like Getting Things Done, for example, by David Allen, is putting a deadline on this. So instead of focusing on, let's say, a 6-month deadline, break down into miniature small deadlines of small pieces of the project to get done with little subtasks, and that actually brick by brick will take you to where you need to go, and that will make you allowed to achieve it steadily. And it just means we avoid the whole kind of leaving everything to the last minute. I think there's also good questions you need to ask yourself, right? In life, if you ever want to figure out anything, I think it's good to ask some questions, right? So first question, is this the best use of my time at this moment? Am I the best person to perform this task? Maybe someone else, maybe delegate it. So let's come back to, you want to paint the hall, or maybe you want to fix your car. Should you be doing it? Should somebody else be actually doing it? Am I using this task as an excuse to avoid working on something else that's more important? The reality is we can be fixing things and playing around things, but we don't need to be doing it. So I want you to do one last thing, and that is this. Watch a TED Talk called Inside the Mind of a Master Procrastinator by Tim Urban. I'm going to stick the link onto this episode as well. It's well worth a watch, and it's definitely a game changer for me. The link will be in the show notes of this episode, or you check out www.wykn.co. I hope this answered your question, and if it doesn't, please feel free to reach out to me and I'll go into more detail. And an Ask Mark t-shirt is on its way to you. And if you have any questions or you want to get featured on the show, check out www.wykn.co, or just send me a message on Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn or Instagram as well. That would be really good to hear from you. So now today's quote. My mother always told me I wouldn't amount to anything because I procrastinate. I said, just wait. Judy Tenuta. I think that's pretty cool, isn't it? If you found today's talk helpful, please like it, share and comment, because if you haven't already subscribed, I'd absolutely love you to. So please subscribe and I'll send you a daily bite chunks of inspiration. I don't necessarily always ask for that, but it'll make a big difference to me if you could actually do a review on iTunes. Just let me know your thoughts about the show as well, and I will see you tomorrow. Thank you so much. Bye.